Why not eat insects? Nutritional sustainability got you bugging out? Entomology may be the solution. The world's population is growing rapidly. In 1950, the world's population was 2.5 billion people. Today, it's at over 7 billion people, and by 2050, it's estimated to rise to 9 billion people. With this alarming rate of growth in population, we're going to be running into quite a few problems. There are going to be far more mouths to feed, more of the world's resources being used, and more environmental damage. If we want to be able to provide food for 9 billion people by 2050, we need an agricultural increase of 70%. The consumption of meat is already too high in industrialized countries, and the mass production of meat is creating too many problems. So what are some of the problems with meat production? Human health. Diseases are shared easily between humans and animals. Remember swine flu? Also, meat production requires a lot of our valuable resources. And it has one of the largest carbon footprints and produces a large amount of waste. So what can Canada do to start solving these problems? Start by eating insects. I bet most of you aren't so sure about this bug eating thing, maybe even a bit squeamish. We need to break down this resistance to change by showing everyone the many benefits to eating insects. If we all started eating insects, many of these problems could be solved. Eating insects can reduce the amount of diseases spread during protein production, as insects are not as biologically similar to us as animals are. Insects use way less resources to produce protein compared to other animals. If you look at how many liters of water it takes to produce 1 kilogram of meat, cows take 22,000 liters of water. Pigs take 3,500. Chickens, 2,300. And crickets, only 1 liter of water. Insect production has a tiny carbon footprint compared to that of meat production. They consume little water, are cold-blooded so they don't waste energy staying warm, produce protein while consuming very little food, and produce few greenhouse gases. I bet you're wondering how the nutritional value of a cricket can compare to that of a cow, pig, or chicken. 100 grams of cricket compared to 100 grams of cow, pig, or chicken have equal amount of protein, plus crickets are low in fat and have essential vitamins and minerals. There are also far less animal welfare issues, just crickets eating vegetables. Insect consumption is already happening all over the world. 80% of the world's population eats bugs. They're already being consumed in Africa, Asia, Australia, and Latin America. Insects have become a part of culinary tradition and culture in many countries. In Japan, gourmets savor aquatic fly larvae sautéed in sugar and soy sauce. De-winged dragonflies boiled in coconut milk with ginger and garlic are a delicacy in Bali. So why aren't we eating bugs too? Western culinary traditions evolved out of colder climates, with less insects, increased farming, and larger animals to eat. As Europeans colonized the world, they assumed bug eating primitive, as they witnessed indigenous cultures eating them. We've been programmed to think that eating insects is gross, but we drink milk and eat eggs. Other cultures find that disgusting. Also, we eat prawns and crabs, which are closely related to insects. So what's the big deal about eating insects? We've become invested in livestock, leaving bugs to be the enemy. Insects are seen as destroyers of crop rather than sources of food. So let's break down these outdated ideals and bring bug eating to Canada and Victoria. Though it isn't popularized in Canada, entomophagy is starting to gain momentum. A company named Chapoul uses cricket flour in their products. These can be purchased here in Victoria from Health Essentials on Gorge Road West. And Victoria Bug Zoo has candy with insects. They call it Cricket Lick-It Lolly. Just a few days ago, Camosun College hosted Pestival. It was organized by students taking anthropology of food, who shared ideas, provided a variety of samples of insect protein foods, and challenged our cultural reactions to the idea of eating insects. If we can get over our cultural bias and teach Westerners not to resist this change, we can make a huge impact on our planet by reducing greenhouse gases, reducing animal cruelty concerns, and help feed an ever-growing population. We would be able to stop the expansion of our food production sites because insects need so little space to breed. The life cycle of an insect is shorter as well, so we can produce nutrient-rich food much more rapidly. On paper, it all makes sense, so what are you afraid of? What do you think? Would you try it?